Back at the War Memorial in the Crunch dressing room with Dustin Tokarski, who all of a sudden has a lot more to add to his resume than just spectacular goaltending. Dustin, I know that a lot of people have been talking to you about Saturday's game. Have you had so much attention around any of your performances having nothing to do with your goaltending?
No, I don't think so. This is definitely up there for sure.
And what do you think led to that happening on Saturday? I mean, we saw the fight earlier in the season. Robin Leonard sucker punched one of the Crunch guys, and Riku went over to respond. Was there anything that triggered that goalie fight on Saturday?
You know, I think it was just a lot of emotions. You know, we had a lead going into the second period, and, you know, they got three real quick ones on us. We kind of definitely had a tough start to the period. You know, got outplayed for the first 6 minutes. I think besides that, you know, we played a really good game, but they were all over us, and then, you know, the big hit by Korbov in the corner, little line brawl there, and, you know, I was a little bit to do with frustration at the start of the period and, you know, emotions, and I wanted to help the team somehow, so then you saw what happened, I guess.
Yeah. And you know, now the Crunch, after goalie fights, are outscoring opponents 10-0. They scored 6 unanswered October 20th in Binghamton, and then 4 the other night. And, hey, that was one of the biggest wins of the season. And I think for the fans here who saw that game in person, one of the most memorable ever.
You know, Riku and I were talking about that after the game. Like, you know, come playoff time, if we're down, you know, in the second period or something, we just got to take one for the team, and so we make sure we get some goals after it.
Yeah, and for the team right now enjoying the All-Star break, and you had 4 guys go down to Providence participate. You had 5 assists altogether. Gudis had 2. Pretty cool to have 4 guys representing the Crunch.
Yeah, totally. You know, they're all so deserving. You know, they're great players, represent this city and, you know, this organization very well, and, you know, I got to see a bit of it, and it looked like they did really well.
Yeah. And the Crunch, of course, playing in Springfield Friday, back home against Rochester on Saturday. Could be some fireworks in that one. But first to Springfield on Friday, and, of course, whenever you go up against a team that's doing so well, one of the best teams in the conference, but you haven't seen them all year. How do you match that game?
You know, that's where, you know, coaching comes into play. You know, we got great coaching staff, and they'll come up with a game plan and stats that are important. You know, we'll have a practice or 2 before then, and, you know, hopefully be ready for them.
Last thing on that goalie fight, because that's what everybody is talking about. Have you got any feedback, any pointers? Because just the way I scored it, I mean, you won that one pretty decisively.
You know what? I haven't got many pointers, just a lot of old buddies and friends saying, hey, at least we taught you something back home. So, no, it's been a pretty fun last couple of days with people talking about it.
And I'm sure the Twitter has just been blowing up in the last few days.
Yeah, I haven't got any less followers, that's for sure.
Dustin Tokarski joining us at the War Memorial as the Crunch visit the Falcons on Friday, back home for Rochester on Saturday. With Dustin Tokarski, I'm Dan Duva.